Hello everyone, in this video I am going to talk about the board meeting that I attended on June 3rd, 2019. Regarding the structure of the meeting, the 12 trustees of the York Region District School Board sit around the large U-shaped table. There were also 2 student trustees and Director of Education sitting around the table. Meeting was led by the Chair, Ms. McBain, and Vice Chair, Ms. Nathan, who are trustees as well. The other members, such as Associate Director of Education, Chef, Financial Officer, Superintendent of Education, sit in 2 rows in the right hand and in front of the U-shaped table. Prior to this meeting, there was another meeting that was held in private. In terms of agenda, this board meeting started with the roll call by the Chair to establish who is present in the meeting, then the land acknowledgement, then the Canadian National Anthem, approval of a agenda, declaration of conflict of interest, report from the board meeting, private session June 3rd, 2019, which was on the same day before the public session, and the special announcement, student trustee report, recognition of 2018-2019 student trustee, induction of 2019-2020 student trustees, and so on. The agenda of the meeting is on the board website, and it's accessible by public. In order to follow what trustees do in that session, you need to review this agenda first, because it depends on the time. Sometimes they skip a couple of sections, and just work on the sections were approved at the beginning of the session. This is also the rest of the board meeting agenda. The special announcement for this meeting was June is the month of National Aboriginal History Month. In this month, we celebrate National Indigenous History to honor the history, heritage, and diversity of Indigenous people in Canada. It's very important to keep in mind that First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples each have their own unique histories. The next one is Italian Heritage Month, and in this month we celebrate the Italian heritage, and that's an opportunity for Canadians to recognize and celebrate the remarkable contributions Canadians of Italian heritage have made to the prosperity and growth of our country. Third one is Portuguese Heritage Month, which is the perfect time to showcase the Portuguese Canadian community's vibrant culture. It's also an opportunity to honor the community's role in building our prosperous, inclusive, and diverse country. And the last one is Pride Week, and Pride is not just only about pride of the LGBTQ community, but celebrating diversity and variety of life while respecting differences amongst its citizens and visitors, and creating an inclusive experience for all. The interesting issue that I didn't know before going to this meeting is that there are 2 student trustees at the board meeting. They are not full members of the board, but they can attend and participate in board meetings and any community meetings. They can suggest a motion on any matter before the board, but they cannot vote. They can request for the vote, but the board will take the second vote with 12 trustees. Vice Chair has a mentorship for them. They serve in this position for full year at York Region. We asked these questions from a few of trustees, and here are the summary of their responses. The first one is, who are trustees? The school board trustees are the members of the school board, locally elected representatives of the public, and they are the community's advocates for public education. They are required to carry out their responsibilities in a manner that assists the board in fulfilling its duties under the Education Act. They have their policies, they have the multi-year plan, and they have 1 employee, which is a Director of Education. And what is the job of trustees? The trustees' role is to maintain a focus on student achievement, well-being, and equity, to participate in making decisions and that benefit the board's entire jurisdiction while representing the interests of their constituents. Trustees must also communicate the views and decisions of the board back to their constituents through ongoing basis. The Board of Trustees set the budget within the financial parameters set by the Ministry of Education. And another interesting issue that I learned from this session, I found another interesting role of trustees under the Education Act. In the cases related to the expulsion hearing. For these cases, the principal recommends to the board that the pupil be expelled because the principal cannot expel students. Only the school board has power and duties to expel students. In the hearing session, the principal, pupil, and pupil's parents or guardians, and also the other person that board specified to attend this hearing are attended. And the board can authorize at least 3 members of trustees to investigate and decide on behalf of the board. After completing the hearing, the board shall decide whether to expel the pupil, and if the pupil is to be expelled, whether the pupil is expelled from his or her school only or from all the schools of that board. Thank you for listening.